The winter of 2024 was the coldest I could remember. After my wife Sarah passed away, I moved to our mountain cabin, seeking silence. I spent my days chopping wood and my nights speaking to no one but the wind. One morning, I found a trail of blood leading to my woodpile. Expecting a wounded deer, I found instead a massive gray wolf. His fur was matted with ice, and his breathing was shallow. As I approached, he let out a weak growl, but his amber eyes held a desperate plea. A jagged thorn was buried deep in his front paw, and the wound had turned a sickly purple. I spent an hour gaining his trust before I finally pulled the thorn. He let out a sharp yelp that broke the silence of the forest. I cleaned the wound, wrapped it in an old flannel shirt, and left a slab of venison. By morning, he was gone. I figured that was the end of our story. 3 nights later, the silence was shattered. My front door was kicked off its hinges. A cold pistol barrel was pressed against my temple. There were 3 of them, escaped convicts. They dragged me into the living room. "Give us the keys to the truck, old man," the leader hissed, "and maybe we'll let you live." I looked at the open door, and that's when I saw them. A pair of amber eyes, then another. A low, vibrating growl filled the room. Standing on my porch was the wolf I had saved. He wasn't alone. 6 other wolves stood behind him, a wall of silver and teeth. The leader raised his gun, his hands shaking. "Get back!" he screamed. My wolf didn't bark. He simply stepped inside and let out a snarl like a saw cutting bone. He stepped between me and the intruders, his body a living shield. Terrified, the men scrambled out the back window, running blindly into the dark forest. The gray wolf stayed for a moment. He turned his head and looked at me. Then, with a sharp howl, he vanished into the trees. The police found the men the next morning, weeping with relief when they saw the handcuffs. They'd rather spend a lifetime in a cell than 1 more minute in those woods. When you heal a creature of the wild, you aren't just saving a life, you're making a friend that never forgets a debt.